Here's your First Warn Weather Forecast First, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, our skies have been dry for most of the afternoon. However, we are now starting to see a few showers and a couple of isolated thunderstorms develop out ahead of a cold front, primarily east of I-39, and that coverage expected to increase over the next couple of hours. So we'll see a few more showers and thunderstorms here as we go through this evening. Our temperatures have been climbing, couple locations reaching the upper 80s. We're at 85 right now in Rockford, but it feels more like the low 90s thanks to our dew point temperatures sitting in the 70s. So those muggy conditions are something that'll continue. As we go through this evening, isolated showers and thunderstorms with a few showers. Then once we get into the overnight, a little fog and some cloud cover as we head into tomorrow morning. We'll look at how long this humidity is expected to stick around. All of that coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
Gearing up for the November election, how local election offices plan to staff polling places. Plus, new details emerge in the shooting of Sonya Massey, what records reveal about the days leading up to her death. And supporting survivors of domestic violence, the State Line book sale raising money for critical services.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Wendell Edwards is off tonight. Today, August 1st, marks National Poll Worker Recruitment Day. They provide vital roles in the community during every election, but many counties need more before November 5th. Our Blake Dietz went to learn more, and Blake, they say now is a great time to sign up.
Yeah, that's right, Mimi. From overseeing elections to registering voters, Winnebago County Clerk Lori Gummo says poll workers are essential to an accurate and efficient election. The county needs about 500 poll workers for this election cycle. She says that they still need plenty more to help reach that number. With the election just around the corner, the Winnebago County Clerk's office is preparing for tens of thousands of voters to cast their ballots. Gummo says they're expecting a larger turnout than recent years, creating an even bigger need for poll workers and election judges.
Not enough. Not enough. And again, we need both parties. We need enough Republican and Democratic judges so that you have a good balance at each polling location. Again, just with checks and balances to make sure that everything is being done appropriately.
Now, poll workers must be 18 or older and be a resident and registered to vote in the county they work in. Those interested in becoming a poll worker can call the Winnebago County Election Office or visit their website. And a link to both can be found on our own website, mystateline.com. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Blake. Delegates cast their votes today in a virtual roll call for the Democratic presidential nominee. Democrats are meeting early to comply with Ohio ballot rules. DNC officials say Vice President Kamala Harris is the only candidate to qualify for the party's virtual roll call, earning the support of nearly all 4,000 delegates. Voting wraps up on Monday. A ceremonial roll call will be held during the convention later this month. Milwaukee's mayor, whose city hosted the Republican National Convention last month, says some Chicago businesses should expect a significant impact during the DNC. Preliminary numbers from Milwaukee's Convention and Tourism Office show hotel revenue jumped to $19 million from $5 million during the same week last year. Boosters have predicted a $150 million economic impact in Chicago. But the increase in revenue might not reach everyone. A pizza shop inside the RNC security zone says their revenue for the week actually dropped.
It has been very slow compared to just a regular week. We've lost a lot of our regular customers.
Chicago's tourism group and the host committee says they've shared a list of 2,300 local venues and vendors to make sure the impact of the Democratic convention is felt well beyond hotels and restaurants. The convention begins August 19th. Sonya Massey, the woman shot and killed by a sheriff's deputy downstate, and her mother had both separately called 911 in the days before the fatal shooting. Records show Donna Massey called on July 5th. She told dispatchers she fears the police and didn't want her daughter to be hurt. Sonya later called that day to report a neighbor had hit her with a brick. A deputy caught up with her at a hospital. A dispatch record said she went there to seek treatment for her mental state. On July 4th, a woman called from Sonya Massey's address saying people want to hurt her, but she didn't identify herself. Former Deputy Sean Grayson is charged in Sonya's death. He's pleaded not guilty. Trump weighed in on the death of Sonya Massey. He was in Chicago yesterday for an event hosted by the National Association of Black Journalists. One of the panelists asked Trump about his stance on immunity from prosecution for law enforcement officers like Sean Grayson. Trump said he hadn't seen the exact case, but that it didn't look good to me.
He might not. I mean, it depends. It depends on what happens. I'm talking about people that are much different cases than that. We need people to protect ourselves. We need to have our police officers have the respect and dignity back. In this particular case, I saw something that didn't look good to me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all.
Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell is facing renewed calls for his resignation in the wake of Sonya Massey's death. 2 Sangamon County board members are now pushing for Campbell to step down. Even an Illinois U.S. representative is voicing her concerns.
I think the sheriff attending that community meeting was a good step in the right direction. I think there are hard questions that we need to answer. I am still looking into and, looking to see more of this information before I personally would do that.
Budzinski wants Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, which aims to address systemic racism and hold law enforcement officers accountable. 2 high-ranking Rockford Police Department members are moving on. This afternoon, family and friends packed into the Lombardi Club for a promotions and retirement ceremony. Assistant Deputy Chiefs Joseph Stevens and Randy Burke are leaving the force. The event also honored 5 others who are receiving promotions within the department. Burke says he's excited to move on to the next stage in his life.
It's different. It's odd, It was 30 and a half years being a Rockford police officer. It's longer than over half of my life. I still love the job. I love the town. I love everything about it. But it's just time. Be able to spend more time with my wife and my 2 adult children, Taylor and Lexi. I'm just excited to do that. But it was a great run. Enjoyed the job, and it's going to be missed.
The department promoted 2 assistant deputy chiefs, 2 lieutenants, and 1 sergeant. Starting today, Harlem Roscoe firefighters are serving the community with a full-time staff. The department says the move will help provide faster and more reliable service to residents. It also allows for more opportunities to educate and engage with the community. Full-time members were sworn in during a ceremony at the end of last month. A State Line bookstore begins a sale to help survivors of domestic violence. Today, the annual summer half-price sale began at the Voices of Stephenson County Book Nook. Hardcover and paperback books, DVDs, records, and puzzles are all being discounted. Proceeds go towards Voices services for survivors of domestic and sexual violence. Organizers say this book sale is more important than ever before.
It's important for people to know that we are serving an increasingly larger number of domestic violence survivors every year. We are topping about 900 survivors just this year alone. And that number is growing steadily. And the amount of money that we have to serve these survivors is dwindling.
The sale will run through August 10th. Eyewitness News is committed to supporting survivors of all forms of sexual violence and connecting them to local resources. We have a list of those on our website, mystateline.com. Just click on the State Line Strong tab. 3 Americans are now heading home. Up next, the months-long negotiations to swap prisoners with Russia. And coming up at 6, adding a referendum to the November ballot, the new Illinois campaign to give some relief to property owners dealing with high taxes.
Well, our temperatures didn't move much from this morning through this afternoon. We did manage to make it into the mid-80s thanks to a little sunshine here, but that sun leading to a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. Find out how long those will stick around tonight, coming up in the first warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
President Biden announces the largest prisoner swap since the Cold War. 24 prisoners are being exchanged between multiple countries. Biden says among the Americans freed are Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich and former Marine Paul Whelan. This deal has been in negotiations for months. Perry Russum's in Washington with more.
3 Americans once held in Russian jails, now free. The 3 plus 1 legal U.S. permanent resident, all part of the historic prisoner swap.
Now, Their brutal ordeal is over, and they're free.
Among the released are Evan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan. Gershkovich is a reporter for the Wall Street Journal, convicted in Russia 2 weeks ago of espionage, an allegation he strongly denied.
This was a fast, secret, and completely bogus trial. Everything about it was a sham.
Whelan is a former Marine, convicted of espionage in Russia in 2020. He too strongly denied the allegation.
The deal that made this possible was a feat of diplomacy and friendship. Multiple countries helped get this done. They joined the difficult, complex negotiations at my request, and I personally thank them all again.
8 Russians are being sent back in the deal, including Vadim Krasikov, a Russian hitman. He was convicted of murder in Germany for shooting and killing an opponent of the Kremlin. Today at the White House, Biden standing side by side with the families of the now freed Americans, including the daughter of Alsu Kurmasheva. Her 13th birthday is tomorrow.
Now she gets to celebrate with her mom. That's what this is all about. Families able to be together again, like they should have been all along.
There are still Americans being held in Russia, including Mark Fogel. He is a teacher. A senior administration official says they absolutely wanted to bring him back, adding it just wasn't going to happen. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Scattered storms could roll into the state line this evening. When we come back, Candace tells us if the humid weather sticks around for the weekend.
Now, your First Warn weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, we've had a little more cloud cover build up over the last couple of hours following some of the thicker clouds we had from earlier this morning. However, we take a live look with our Mercial Skytrack camera in Rochelle, and some of the clouds we had just an hour and a half ago now clearing out, leaving us with a partly cloudy sky. We maintain some of that humidity, however, as our temperatures for the most part are in the 80s. Now, you notice DeKalb's number down to 74. Well, that's because we've had some showers and thunderstorms develop here east of I-39, now starting to increase a little more in coverage, especially over DeKalb County. 86 for our weather watcher Terry down in Genoa. We've had a feels like temperature, or that heat index, in the mid 90s thanks to that dew point temperature at 75. No rainfall so far today, and the wind coming in from the southwest at 7 miles per hour. It's sticky out there, especially with those dew point readings in the low to mid 70s. And unfortunately, that humid weather, something that'll stick with us as we go through the next couple of days. But each and every day we'll gradually see that dew point temperature begin to drop, which will ease up on some of that humidity by the time we get into next week. Now, we do have an area of low pressure moving into southwest Wisconsin here this evening, and as that continues to move a little further to our east and southeast, we'll continue to see some of these scattered showers and thunderstorms. So far, we've had most of these develop across portions of Ogle and Lee County, moving into DeKalb County. We've only had a few isolated lightning strikes show up, so really that thunderstorm threat staying on the isolated end. And you've got a heavier shower now just to the east of DeKalb, which is why that temperature has gone down into the 70s. Now, while most of the activity is to the east of 39, I think we'll still see some isolated activity develop across portions of Greene County and then back through Stevenson County, but we're not anticipating anything widespread through this evening. But as that low moves closer to us, that coverage will gradually increase. Most of the rainfall for today has been up to the north in Wisconsin, closer tied to where that actual low pressure system sits. Now, our overall severe threat through this evening stays low. We've got a marginal risk out for an isolated severe storm or two. I think our biggest threats with any of the thunderstorms, should they develop, going to be heavy rainfall, as the slower movement of these storms could allow for some of those heavier downpours. But if we do see a stronger storm or two, small hail and gusty winds would be a concern. Now, a little further to the north, there have been some reports of some funnel clouds, and that's just because we're close to that low and that cold front is coming through. The tornado threat is very, very low, so I'm not concerned about that at all. But sometimes it's typical when you've got a low and a cold front, you can sometimes get funnel clouds. So don't be surprised through the next hour or two that you may see that, especially if you're north and west of Rockford. But notice as we go through the 7 o'clock hour, we've got a little more coverage that'll take us through about 9 o'clock. After that, clouds move in. I think we are going to see some fog tonight, kind of similar to what Some of the outlying areas had late yesterday evening and through the overnight, along with the cloud cover and a couple of scattered showers and maybe a rumble of thunder through the first half of the day tomorrow, just on the backside of that low pressure system. But our temperatures are expected to warm through Friday, Saturday, even into Sunday. In fact, we really don't see a drop in those numbers until we get into next week. So we're in the upper 60s tonight, 86 for tomorrow, 89 on Saturday. Slight chance for a thunderstorm there on Sunday. We'll hold on to that chance going into the early part of next week, but I think our temperatures will begin to drop back a bit as we head towards the middle to end of next week.
The lower 80s look good. All right, thanks, Candace. Drew Collins is in next with sports. He'll preview the Bears Hall of Fame preseason game tonight. And a sneak peek at the Packers' new helmet design.
Now sports with Drew Collins.
It's finally that time of the year. Well, kind of. No starters in tonight's game, but nonetheless, we still have some football. Bears backup quarterback Tyson Bagent will face David Mills and the Texans to kick off the Pro Football Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. Everyone's eager to see the new kickoff rules being shown for the first time in the NFL. New formations and strategies teams can utilize to get down the field on special teams. And the Bears head coach Matt Eberflus announced the team that will not play Caleb Williams and the Bears starters on both sides of the ball. Texas head coach DeMeco Ryans announced that C.J. Stroud and majority of starters won't be playing either. Keep an eye on quarterback Tyson Bagent and fifth-round pick Austin Booker, as they should get a lot of snaps tonight. We will have this game live on WTVO at 7 p.m. And the Packers released a new helmet today. The team announced a new winter warning-themed game. This game will be held in Week 7 against the Texans. The Packers encourage all fans to wear all white to the game to create a whiteout effect on the field and in the stadium. The white helmet has green and gold trim with green specks throughout. The rest of the Packers gear will also be all white. After a dominating performance last night against the Reds, the Cubs will host the Cardinals in a 4-game series. Tonight we get a pitcher's duel with Shota Imanaga and Sonny Gray getting the starts for both of the teams. First pitch is at 7:05 tonight. The Rivets are back in action. They host the Royal Oak Leprechauns. This one will kick off at 6:35 as they look to get a good start in the month of August. That's sports. We'll be right back.
I know you said not to say anything, but since we have time, I have to say happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Well, thank you. I was, just trying to stay under the radar, so to speak. Haha, little pun there, but no, but thank you. And thank you guys so much for the birthday wishes. It really means a lot. It feels good to be 29 again.
Doesn't it?
Right, it does. Yeah,
I'm on like my 10th time doing it.
It just gets better and better every year.
Yeah, I love it.
I know. If only my birthday wish just to get rid of some of the humidity.
Could you?
I mean, next week. So,
okay.
Better late than never, right?
There you go.
We've got temperatures that'll stay in the mid and upper 80s as we head through the weekend. We've got a few showers and a couple of thunderstorms that have developed over DeKalb County. A few isolated thunderstorms. Our risk for anything severe stays on the lower scale, but I think through the next couple of hours we'll start to see a little more coverage as far as some of those showers and isolated thunderstorms. So just watch for some heavy rainfall. 69 tonight, 86 tomorrow, a couple of lingering showers tomorrow morning, maybe some areas of fog with some of the lower clouds. Drier but warm and muggy weekend, and then low 80s next week.
All right, thanks, Candace, and thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you at 6.